Today we are diving into a really incredible story of transformation. How does a country's entire pharmaceutical industry go from being in a state of crisis to becoming a global benchmark for quality in just a few short years? Well, we're about to find out.
So back in August 2025, Pakistan's pharmaceutical industry did something truly remarkable. It joined this sort of elite group of nations by adopting what's known as the PIC/S guidelines. Now, this isn't just some small step, it's a giant leap. It basically puts their medicine manufacturing on par with the best and most trusted systems in the entire world.
And that's a fantastic achievement, right? But what makes it truly incredible is where they started from. Just a few years earlier, the whole system was facing a deep, dangerous crisis. So that's the big question we're tackling today. How on earth did they pull off such a dramatic turnaround?
To really get the magnitude of this change, we have to rewind the clock and see where the problems really began. Let's dig in and explore how this incredible success story actually unfolded.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our journey really begins in 2019, which was a critical year that laid bare some deep-seated issues plaguing the industry. But, to really understand the problem, we need to look even further back.
The real catalyst for change was this absolutely heartbreaking tragedy back in 2012. Contaminated heart medication claimed over 200 lives. It was a disaster that exposed these fatal flaws in the system, and it forced the creation of a new regulatory body, DRAP. But even with this new authority, a 2019 study showed that the core problems, well, they were far from solved.
And at the core of this entire story is something called Good Manufacturing Practices, or GMP. The best way to think of it is as the ultimate quality control for medicine. It's the essential rulebook that makes sure every single pill is made the exact same way, with the same pure ingredients, to the same high standard of safety. It's literally the difference between a medicine you can trust your life with and one you can't.
And that 2019 study, it revealed that GMP was in serious trouble. Standards were all over the place, there was a major lack of funding and expertise, and even worse, a culture of prioritizing profit over patient safety had taken a really dangerous hold. This quote from a researcher in that study really gets to the heart of the problem. It highlights this deeply ingrained cultural issue where quality control wasn't seen as this, moral and medical imperative, but just as an unnecessary expense to be avoided at all costs.
And this failure to meet international standards, it had real, tangible economic consequences. In a global pharmaceutical market worth over $1 trillion, Pakistan's share was a tiny 0.5%. That's a clear sign of massive, untapped potential just being held back by a broken system.
But this is where the story takes a turn for the better. Faced with a crisis of both public health and economic opportunity, a new collaborative effort emerged with a really bold goal: to rebuild the entire system and completely transform the culture of the industry.
A major catalyst for this transformation was the Promoting the Quality of Medicines Plus program, or PQM+. So this program, backed by USAID, brings in the technical expertise and resources that are needed to help countries fundamentally raise their game when it comes to medicine quality and regulation.
This partnership was an absolute game changer. It brought in not just international expertise, but also a structured, methodical plan for tackling those deep-seated problems identified back in 2019. This was about more than just pointing out flaws. It was about building solutions from the ground up, together.
And their approach was incredibly methodical. First, they used a World Health Organization tool to get an objective, no-nonsense look at the system's weaknesses. Then they created these detailed roadmaps for reform. And finally, and this is key, they provided direct, hands-on support to both the regulators and the manufacturers to actually make it all happen. And this is a perfect example of what that hands-on support actually looked like. It wasn't just about bringing in new, shiny equipment. It was about training the people who use it every single day. Because at the end of the day, technology is only as good as the skilled hands and minds that operate it. This support was also targeted at really high-impact goals. PQM Plus worked directly with local manufacturers to help them get essential medicines like antibiotics and zinc tablets pre-qualified by the World Health Organization, which is a huge global stamp of approval.
So all of this foundational work, the assessments, the new equipment, the training, the partnerships, it was all building momentum. It was laying the groundwork piece by piece for a massive system-wide breakthrough.
That breakthrough moment came in 2025 with the adoption of those PIC/S guidelines. And make no mistake, this is a huge deal. PIC/S is like the A-list of global drug regulators. Being a member means your country's manufacturing standards aren't just good, they are right on par with the very best in the world. It's the gold standard.
The transformation is just stunning when you see it side by side. In just a few years, the system went from this patchwork of inconsistent standards to a globally recognized benchmark of quality. And this shift didn't just open up new export markets. Most importantly, it ensured safer, more reliable medicines for the people of Pakistan.
And that's really why this story is so important. It's not just about rules and regulations, it's about safer medicine for families. It's about rebuilding public's trust in the healthcare system. And it's about creating a stronger economy and a new, respected role for Pakistan on the global health stage.
This incredible journey from crisis to credibility is just a powerful testament to what focused, collaborative reform can achieve. But it also raises this really exciting question for the future. With this new foundation of quality and trust now firmly in place, could Pakistan become a new global leader in providing affordable, high-quality medicine to the world? That's a question worth watching.